Today we are here for another episode with the Austin Oyster Co. These guys are local here in Austin, Texas. This is my buddy Brendan right here. Today he is going to be teaching us how to shuck an oyster. In 2020, he started an oyster company where him and his crew will come to your party, come to your house, and they will shuck oysters for you live. But where did this concept come from, Brendan?
This was born out of my head, so.
That thing?
Yeah, that thing. It's big, but
his head is where it came from. Y'all are a COVID company, right?
Yes.
COVID company. Remember that, what, April of 2020 is when you guys were founded?
May 2020.
May of 2020 is when these guys came up. And y'all are killing the game right now. Y'all have the wedding coming up, what, this weekend?
Yeah, working with local wineries here.
Yeah.
And,
or were you guys like wanting some oysters someday and there was nowhere to go get them because everywhere was closed or something?
Yeah, we were craving oysters, so we said, why don't we just bring the oyster bar experience right to us? So
funny how that works, right? And now they are a full-fledged company. So he's going to teach us how to shuck an oyster today. What's the first steps?
So first steps are put a glove on, right?
Yeah, you got gloves, make sure to put these on.
Especially if you've never shucked an oyster before, you're gonna wanna wear these.
This is like a dagger.
There's a shucker, we're gonna put our gloves on. Your shucker, whoop, whooker, whoop, whoop.
And so I've shucked an oyster before and I tried to use like a butter knife and like that really didn't work. I noticed that I couldn't get into the oyster. It was like really tough.
Would advise against a butter knife.
And then even, I also tried like an actual knife, but it felt too thin. It couldn't leverage it.
Yeah.
So where do you get one of these guys?
So you can get one of these on Amazon. You can go to one of your restaurant shops in your area. But it really does help to use this, put it in a pinch. You can also use a flathead screwdriver, though I don't advise it.
Interesting, yeah. So if you can't, go get yourself one of these. What are they, $3 or $4?
$5, yeah.
Get yourself a pair of gloves, and if you're doing this at home, if you don't have gloves, throw a towel over your hand, if anything, because it can get messy. So what do? We grab the oyster?
Yep. So we got two sides to the oyster. We got this flat side and this curved side.
What kind of oysters are these, anyways?
These are Island Creeks, so they are.
Duxbury, Massachusetts.
Yeah,
right?
they're a oyster out of Duxbury, Massachusetts, a world-class oyster. So we're working with those today. What you're going to do is you're going to take the oyster, hold the curved side in the meat of your hand. It's 3 easy steps. We're going to just wiggle.
You dig it in?
Yeah, dig it in, right on the hinge.
Interesting, okay.
Not pushing too hard, wiggle, 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 until we hear a pop. Once we hear a pop, and we can hold the oyster like this, we're going to
That's kind of tough.
crack it open a little bit.
Nice, okay.
We're going to scrape across the top.
Scrape across.
To cut that abductor muscle, lift it
See
up.
that?
And the last step is to actually scrape on the other side. There's another muscle connecting the meat of the oyster.
Where's that at?
It's right on the front. So if you come
Right on
around
the
with
front,
your
right.
knife and scrape around on the front, you
Okay.
can actually get in there. It's as easy as that.
As
1, 2,
easy as
3.
that, huh? Okay. So we are just about done here. Let's pop off our glove. So Brendan, what are we working with here? How do you like to serve up your oyster?
So to each their own, but I like to use a little mini net.
Okay.
A little bit goes a long way. So what I do is just take one little scoop, get it on there in the middle.
What are the main ingredients in this mini net?
We got white wine vinegar, a nice white wine vinegar, shallots and peppercorn. That's as easy as that.
Simple as that?
As easy as that.
Interesting, okay. So you do a little bit of this. I've always personally liked a little bit of lemon on mine. Is that cool?
Again, to each their own.
Okay, cool. And then what now? We just cheers, huh? Slurp it. Hey, thanks again, man.
Cheers.
That's really good. What do you put it? You put it face down?
Put it face down, but we're being barbarians right now. We're just gonna go for it.
Neanderthals. Alright guys, so as simple as that. We just learned how to shuck an oyster here with the Austin Oyster Co. We got Brennan again. Thank you for teaching us today.
Thanks for having me out, man.
Yeah, man, this is exciting. So for these guys, they have a website. You can find them on Instagram at Austin Oyster Co. If you ever want to book with them, get this guy right here to come through your house. Moving forward, we're going to be pairing up with a bunch of different companies, and as always, teaching you guys how to cook some really simple food. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, check me out on Instagram, and as always, that's a chop.